Hey guys, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Crochet Christmas. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be sharing quick, beginner-friendly patterns that are perfect for gifting or decorating your house during the holidays. Today we're going to learn how to crochet this ribbed half double crochet washcloth. If you're excited about the 12 Days of Crochet Christmas, be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single pattern. For today's tutorial, you will need one skein of Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton, a 5mm crochet hook, stitch markers if you're having trouble keeping your edges straight, a tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. After making the initial washcloth video, I ended up making a second washcloth using a 4.5mm hook. If you are using Lion Brand 24/7 cotton, because it is a lighter medium weight yarn, I think the 4.5mm hook looks better. It really doesn't make too much of a difference. I just wanted to let you know that I actually prefer the 4.5. So go ahead and create a slip knot and chain 53. When you have 53 chains, we're going to half double crochet into the third chain from your hook. So to half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the third chain. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And now just half double crochet in each chain across. Now this is going to create a washcloth that's about a 10-inch square. If you want your washcloth to be bigger, you can just add some more chains. There's no stitch multiple that you have to worry about for this pattern. Just chain until you reach your desired length. And there you have row 1. Now for row 2, we're going to chain 2 and turn your work. And this chain 2 does not count as a half double crochet. Now what we're going to do is work into the third loop of the half double crochet. So if you've never done this before, here's what our stitches look like at the top. The loop that's closest to you is called the front loop. The loop that's furthest from you is called the back loop. And the third loop is right here. Whenever you're working the third loop in rows, you're going to see it in the front of your stitches. And the third loop is this bar here. So we have our first one here, and then here's the next one, and the next one. And so this is where you'll be working your stitches. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Yarn over, insert your hook into the third loop of the first stitch, which is right here. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next third loop. And if you're still having trouble finding it, just look at the top of your stitches and then turn it forward. So our next stitch is here, but we're not working into the top, we're working into the third loop, which is here. So just continue half double crocheting into the third loop of each stitch across. When you reach the end of the row, it starts to get a little bit harder to see those third loops. So make sure whenever you hit that last stitch that you're inserting your hook into this last third loop here. It's right before the chain 2. And so this is what your second row should look like. And when you turn your work, so chain 2, turn your work to move on to row 3. This is what working into the third loop does to your previous stitches. It makes this really pretty ribbed texture. But you won't really be able to see the ribs until we keep going. So for row 3, we're just going to repeat the same thing as row 2. We're going to chain 2, turn your work, and half double crochet into the third loop of each stitch across. So again, your first third loop is right here. And I'll do a couple slowly so you can see. So because all we're doing is repeating row 2, I'm going to meet you at the very end so I can show you what this texture starts to look like. So just continue repeating row 2 until you reach your desired length. In this case, I'm going until I reach 10 inches. Now, if you're having trouble keeping your edges straight for this washcloth, you can use a stitch marker to mark your first and last stitch so that you don't miss them, because that's usually why our edges get wonky. So to do that, go ahead and chain 2 to start your next row, and place your first stitch into that third loop, just like we've been doing. And now we're going to mark that first half double crochet that we made. And I highly recommend using these locking stitch markers. So just mark that top of your stitch and close it up, then continue down the row. And you'll want to do this on both sides so that once you reach the other side, you'll have your stitch marker and you'll know exactly where to place your last stitch. Now, once you get to the end of the row, you'll come across your stitch marker. And as you can see, we marked the top 2 loops of our stitch, but we're working through the third loop, so we can go ahead and half double crochet into the third loop of that last stitch. And now we can remove our stitch marker. Now go ahead and chain 2 for the next row. Turn your work, and then half double crochet into that third loop of the first stitch. And then again, we will mark the top of that stitch. And that's how you will continue to move your stitch marker up the row if you're having trouble keeping your edges straight. I hope that was helpful. Now, once you reach row 33, or your desired length, mine is going to be 10 inches long and 10 inches wide. So once you reach your last row, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to create a single crochet border. Now we're just going to single crochet in each stitch across, and this time we're going through both loops. So no more third loop, just single crochet as normal. So you're going to single crochet in each stitch across this row. Now once you reach the end of the row, I have my last stitch here, and you're going to place 3 single crochet all into that last stitch. And then we're going to turn our washcloth to the side. Now we're going to single crochet evenly along the side of this row. There's no exact place where you're supposed to put your hook. Just single crochet as evenly as you can down the side of your washcloth. As long as it doesn't look all scrunched up by the time you get to the other side, then you're doing great. If it does look scrunched up by the time you get to the other side, that's okay. Just pull back your stitches and see if you can fix it up. Here's what I like to do. I will single crochet into this next space here, and then right in between the chain right there, and then into this space. And then again on the side of the work here, on the side of the chain, and then on the side of the half double crochet. Again, it really doesn't matter. I'm not even really paying attention. I'm just kind of going for it. Once you reach your next corner, place 3 single crochet into that corner. Now we're going to turn our work again, And this is actually your foundation chain. So we're going to work 1 single crochet into each foundation chain from the start of our project. So here's the first one. Now once you reach the end of your foundation chain, you'll place 3 single crochet into that last chain. And then again, we're working along the side of our washcloth. For this side here, I ended up with 42 stitches. So however many stitches that you end up on one side, you'll want to make sure that you do the same on the other side. Now once you reach the beginning where you started, you will place 2 single crochet into that corner space. Now slip stitch to the first single crochet of the round. Go ahead and chain 1 and single crochet into that first stitch, and then single crochet into the next. Now we're going to chain 2 and then single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Chain 2, single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And that's all we're going to do for this last round. So continue repeating this pattern all the way around your washcloth. And personally, I feel like adding this extra step gives it that finishing touch. Once you reach the end of the row, you'll end with 2 single crochet, chain 2, and then just slip stitch to the first single crochet of the round. Now all you have to do is cut your yarn over, and pull that strand all the way through. Now weave in your ends, and that's it for the ribbed half double crochet washcloth. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and for the next pattern of the 12 Days of Crochet Christmas, I will be showing you how to make a face scrubby using this same technique. That way you can make a nice matching gift set. Tag me on Instagram at Sigoni Macaroni or inside the Facebook group with all of your makes. And remember that over the next few days, I'm going to be sharing a quick beginner-friendly giftable pattern for the 12 Days of Crochet Christmas. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single pattern. I'll see you in the next one.